All right.
Find a map you love playing. That's my advice. And then play the shit out of it.
Like
All
Arabia.
right, welcome YouTube to game 3. Shut up.
Welcome. We have game 3 between Aftermath and Secret. Secret need to get some victories on the board here. They're behind 2 games. For AM, we have Nicov in the red. He's playing as the Slavs. In the green, we have Liereyy. He's playing as the Britons. Up against Liereyy is TheViper. Viper's playing as the Franks. And then we have Tatoh for Secret playing as the Ethiopians. So we talked about this a little bit last time. For those on YouTube, there was a restart. So we talked about the Civ's strengths. And I had mentioned how Slavs are good, but it can be tough as the game goes on, as they lack Paladin and have the transition into Siege and Infantry. And to be honest, I don't want to say everything I said last time because it was a lot. And I'm getting kind of lazy, so we'll just leave it at that and pass it along to Dave.
What am I supposed to say?
I don't know. You said, can you say the part again where you stopped doubting Slavs? Can you say that? That was good.
Slavs are really good.
There we go. Thank you. So we got that out of the way. Ethiopians and Britons. Yeah, let's look at the maps. So, you know, let's just do the maps here. Viper's map is... I had to pause. You know, it's wallable on the front, and if he walls it, it's good. So
he's gonna wall it up.
It just makes me frustrated when I have a main gold that's covered by wood and berries right next to what would have been a good place for a second lumber camp. But I'm sure that will be fine.
Yeah, it's not a great spot. At least he can kind of like, he could put a TC on it if he wants. But I feel like he's gonna wall up forward when he goes for scouts.
Yep.
And secure that gold in the stone forward there. He's also a long way away from Liereyy and Nicov.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have some time to do that.
You also have to keep in mind that since Viper's going scouts, the gold's not as big an issue. Whereas Tatoh, the gold's going to be a big issue because he's the archer civ here, and his gold is great. Great wood lines on the back. Love that gold. He even has another gold in the back to go to. Nice and safe.
He's got some deer to push too.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Pushable deer's always important. Look at Nicov. Nikov's pushing in deer.
Well, Nikov's got those deer right by the mill. I like it. It's cheap.
Yeah, you can push one, and then you can leave the other 2 for later, after you're finished with the berries, or even before that. He has a back gold, he has a back stone, 2 good wood lines. It's important for Nicov, as he'll be going scouts with Slavs, that he can wall up a little bit. But I think if he walls, I'm just going to make a guess here. Yeah, if he walls where he is now, then from the right of his wood line to his TC, and then he could actually wall from the edge of the map around this gold here, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. And then, what do you think about Lierey's map?
That gold is, like, I like the map. It's just that gold.
Yep.
Ugly. The wood lines are fine, at least.
Yeah.
He's got options there. And he's got the back gold as well, but he's got to secure that somewhere. I think he'll build his production buildings out in front of that main gold and try and secure it that way.
Yeah, if he does that, it's going to be tough to wall up. I think that Secret, they have more wall potential because of all the wood lines that are closer. Liereyy will not be able to full wall and make archers, so this will put some pressure on Nicov to send the scouts his way. Also, let's keep in mind that Viper's scouts, when he goes for them, they're going to have more HP as Franks. So sure, Slavs, they have arguably a stronger economy as the game goes on with the faster farmers, but Viper and Tatoh, they should have the stronger power spikes, especially with Tatoh getting the extra resources as Ethiopians.
Viper getting greedy here too, going up to feudal age, doesn't know where his enemies are, and he's pushing another deer.
You can be a bit more greedy in team games. Definitely, because players are rarely going to go forward like they do in 1v1s, but good point. He doesn't know exactly where his opponent is. Even Tatoh, they don't know who they're against yet. Tatoh hasn't seen Nicov. Viper has not seen Liereyy.
Is Tatoh going to run right into the TC?
He could. If he sees the straggler, he might double back. Yes. That's experience right there, because you know there's not going to be... There's normally not stragglers on other areas of the map. So good job from Tatoh.
Man, this deer is trolling Viper so hard. He's still trying to push it in.
He's probably just annoyed with it at this point. He doesn't even need the food. But the deer has gone back so many times. He goes, yeah, I'm going to get you. I've never seen a game casted with all text. Is it too unbalanced? Well, it ruins the beauty of the game. The beauty of the game is the different technologies, the different power spikes and all. But that's all, it's just every civ's essentially the same with all techs, so I think for that reason it doesn't interest me anyway.
So the Drush from Tatoh is going to be pretty late to Nikov's base.
Oh, Drush though, so he won't go straight into archers then, Dave. He'll go Drush into crossbows. So this is similar to what we saw from Viper in game 1, which did not work.
It's late, dude.
Yeah, very late. Doesn't make any sense really to be this late either, because
well, I mean, Nicov went up really early because he had those deer.
Yeah, but
so I think he went up on like 19 pop. But
yeah, the Drush should be arriving around mid 9 minutes, I think, because you build the barracks around 8. So this is still slightly later than Tatoh would have wanted, but he might distract Nicov.
It's giving him time to get the walls down.
Yeah,
but it's still not going to do too much.
It's really about giving yourself a little bit of time anyway. Obviously, you'd like to idle villagers. He could still do that, and he could also distract Nikov's army. This actually gives Viper an opportunity to pester Liereyy, who has done what you said, and he's walling on the hill and building on the front. New Buster, I'd love to read your comment, but that's a book. So I don't think I have the time to read that paragraph, answer, and get back to the game, so maybe we'll save that for in between games, man. Nice job from Nicov to wall on his vills. Will we see a T90 versus Dave game during the 24-hour stream?
We haven't done that in a long time.
We haven't done that in a long time. Maybe. Maybe. We'd have to do Mega Random then. We'd have to do Mega Random, I think.
We could play Nomad.
You would wreck me in Nomad, that's for sure. That's the only map. Any other map, I probably have a big advantage.
You wreck me every time in Arabia, and you're just like, oh, let's do Arabia again.
You're right. You're right.
We never play.
You're right, you're right,
the one map that I play.
What's Tato's situation looking like? He'll hit Feudal Age, he'll build his archery range, he gets the extra food and gold, which is really nice. There's the archery range. This is as Liereyy arrives, he'll see this. Oh, there's a hole. Oh, no, there's no hole. Oh, you know what? I think Lierey's going to bypass Viper and go right to Tatoh. And Nikov's going to be there as well. Meanwhile, Viper is at Lierey's base. Liereyy is pretty well protected. So really strong stuff from Liereyy to be able to afford to be away from home. And I'm sorry, I was wrong. He's actually going to Viper. He's not going to Tatoh. Huh. Does Viper see this, Dave?
Dave doesn't appreciate bits.
He knows.
Let's see.
He doesn't know.
He'll know now.
He'll know now. And Nicov could be in the way. Yeah, Viper's walling extremely late. He just left that open. So not the first time we've seen some rust from Viper today, and he'll lose 1 vill. He's going to lose 3, I think.
Yep. If Liereyy had fletching, this would be
no fletching, yeah.
Real bad.
Well, still,
he denied the entire wood line, and now Nikov's here with scouts as well. Viper's going to try and gate wall it in.
Viper's in trouble. They can deny the gold. They should go to the gold. Or just hold the wood, I guess.
Oh, Viper, man.
I told you.
What are you doing here?
I said before the series that since he was away for so long, he might look really bad and really sloppy. Didn't expect it to be this bad. However, good engagement from him versus Liereyy on the front with the scouts.
And Tatoh is on the way to Castle Age, and now he's killing a bunch of archers with the TC.
Yep.
Spearman.
Viper is chopping some straggler trees right now. And Nikov's just looking to see exactly where Viper has gone for wood, I think. Because Viper, he doesn't want to create any more scouts. He needs to be in Castle Age ASAP. Because now Nikov's on the way up for Aftermath.
Look at how Liereyy, how annoying he is with these crossbows, or archers, sorry.
Yep.
Just keeps coming back for more, and Viper is just spending all his time garrisoning and ungarrisoning villagers.
Viper just got enough wood to build a new lumber camp. But he doesn't have the food. Oh, when a fill goes down, Liereyy picked off that 1 weak fill. There's another one there.
He sees that guy. He sees that guy as well, yeah.
I know that Tato's going to be in Castle Age, but Tato's about to lose a vill to Nicov. And Tatoh only has 2 archers at the moment, Dave. So, as long as Liereyy can get up to the next stage soon, I think AM, they're in a very dominant position in this game.
Liereyy did lose the archers in Viper's base, though.
Yeah.
He could have held there for a long time, and Viper's going to chase after him.
But
Let's see
look
how
how
much
many he
micro Liereyy
has.
wants to put into this.
None. None. But look how many archers Liereyy has. When he does get to Castle Age, man.
Yep.
That's going to be a real force against Viper, who has not clicked up yet. I mean, compare the differences. That's pretty bad.
Oh,
and...
Nicov almost got in there with the scouts.
Yeah, I saw that.
Almost.
But of course the archers are going to go right to Viper. Tatoh, he needs to counter, so he needs to go to his opponent. He's doing that now. So he's at Nikov's base. You know what, man? Like, I don't get why the players haven't walled properly. Nicov left this gap open. And so this game...
That tower. Oh, God. With crossbows there, too.
It's so sloppy, this game. I mean, that was so avoidable if Nicov would have just walled. And now Nikov's losing all of his villagers. He's in Castle Age. But goodness gracious, what is that, 5? 6? It will be 7 vills?
That's like 8, man.
Oh my god. So avoidable. So avoidable. And now Viper, of course, has no defense at his base. And tell me there's not a hole there. Okay, there's not a hole there, but he'll lose 2. And
who's more dead?
Exactly.
Let's play the game.
Who's more dead? Nicov, fortunate to see that other gold out here, and fortunate to, of course, be in Castle Age so he can make these knights. But man, he's at 29 vills. And Viper runs away from this wood line. Really, Tato's the only one who hasn't been pressured. But Tatoh doesn't have the strongest economy back at home, and he doesn't have enough crossbows yet. At least, I don't think so, to deal with Nicov. Despite Nicov losing those vills, he has knights. But, you know what, I say that, Dave, and look where Tato's going.
Viper needs something to deal with these crossbows, or soon-to-be crossbows from Liereyy.
We have another punching bag situation.
Oh god, and Tato's gonna kill all the villagers from Nicov.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This is when I wish that I was in Aftermath's voice comm. I wish I was in their TeamSpeak channel right now, because I want to hear Nicov and his reaction to all of this. He has to be frustrated. Viper's in Castle Age, and he's making knights that will have free bloodlines, of course, with Franks. And he will have chain barding armor. He knows Lierey's in here. Lierey's going to gain the hill, and he'll wait for his upgrades.
Yeah, Viper can produce with this many farms and that many on gold.
Nikov's just, like, losing. 1 more vill will be 2. 2 more vills.
Oh my god.
Oh my word, this is so bad for him. This puts a lot of pressure on Liereyy. And oh, great engagement from Viper. Great engagement from Viper. Got to the top of the hill, so the crossbows couldn't sit in the choke. Can he do it again?
Get in the nook. Get in the nook. What micro from Liereyy there?
Yeah, I was going to say Viper could have done it again. But Liereyy will keep these units alive and keep Viper at home. But Viper did just pick off a vill on Lierey's farm. You see that? With the scouts.
Yeah.
He might be a little bit sloppy with some of the plays, but obviously still Viper.
So second TC coming down from both Nicov and Viper now.
Yep.
Nikov's so far behind though.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Luckily he's Slav, so he can maybe boom here. But Tato's coming over to help. So Lierey's going to lose his army. And looking good for Secret. It wasn't how I expected it, but looking good for them. I thought they were dead. I really thought they were dead. If Nicov just walled there, I think Viper gets overrun. Tatoh doesn't push all that much. And then eventually AM are going to take this, but Nikov's just behind now.
If Nikov's fully walled, he's equal with Tatoh on villagers right now, probably.
Yep. And then Viper would be behind Liereyy. So.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's see what Liereyy can do here. He's obviously second best player in the world. Arguably first on his day.
Too, with Britons.
Yep.
Ballistic Briton crossbows.
Yeah. Is it better
Pretty
than
filthy.
Ethiopian crossbows? That's the question.
Yes, they are. They are.
Yep.
When you're microing them, because Ethiopians, the way it works is it only works on the second shot, if I have this correct. It doesn't work on the fire animation of the first shot. It's just the reload time.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
You have to time it perfectly when you're fighting. If they're standing still, it makes a difference. But if you're like microing,
Yep.
usually it doesn't make.
So for now, Britons are much better. because in the Imperial Age, you'll just have your armies standing and fighting on a patrol. But now, this is where Liereyy can really do damage. Correct. Viper, 42 villagers. You know what? Nicov's catching up. If we're comparing the players going knights, Nikov's at 41. But it's Tatoh who's way ahead now, and both teams just jockeying for positions right now, trying to decide on where to go. And Viper goes right up the hill, and he should lose a knight here.
Against ballistics.
Yeah,
great micro.
He only loses one. Could have been a lot worse for him, for sure.
I'm not sure Tatoh wants to fight here. Okay, Lierey's getting off the hill, so now Tato's going to take control of that.
There's two hills here, and they don't know where to go exactly. And this will make it difficult for both teams to push. What AM needs is a few engagements at Tato's base. So maybe Tatoh and Viper will sit on this hill in the center, waiting for AM, when in reality AM are going this way. Oh, and I think Tatoh, yep, he's just spotted this. And he's going back, so back comes Viper and back comes Tatoh, I believe.
Viper and Nicov still neck and neck too.
Yeah. Keep in mind that Nicov does not have +2 on his knights yet, so there is that, but if Liereyy can micro properly, I do feel like Liereyy and Nicov might be in trouble here, though, because Viper has a lot more knights, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, Nikov's got a couple more coming from behind, and obviously Liereyy has ballistics and the extra range.
Yep.
So that'll come into play, but look at the micro from Viper. Really, really nice.
And just pure numbers now. And so Liereyy probably expects his army to die, so he will get as much value as possible, and I actually think that's a good move from Nicov to run away. Could have been much worse. This army was not expected to live, but well played Liereyy to kill as much as he did there. Still, though, there will be a huge momentum swing. Viper and Tatoh, with all of these numbers, will go directly to Nicov or directly to Liereyy. And what Liereyy didn't want was to lose out on numbers. It's 30 military for Tatoh, only 20 for Liereyy.
Liereyy might be clicking up soon, too.
Yeah, I wonder if he goes for a faster imp. Tatoh will obviously click up soon as well, and if he does that, he'll kill Nicov, so it's tough to say. So Midstud is mentioning castles on hills. At the moment, players, they have to prioritize either their food and gold eco while creating villagers if they're making knights, or it's their wood and gold eco if they're creating archers. So
at this stage,
yeah,
it's more siege workshops on hills.
Correct.
To defend.
Yeah. So castles eventually, but if they were to go heavy on stone now, it's as simple as they wouldn't have enough knights and crossbows and they would get overrun. It's very, very specific. The economies in Age of Empires 2 at this level, the timing of it all, it's complex. So yes, eventually castles on hill will be good. I think as Dave said, it's all about siege workshops, and look at Tatoh now building a siege workshop forward on the way to Imp. Tato's been the best player for Secret today. He really has.
Yep.
And he's played great here. Obviously, he was helped out by the fact that Nicov didn't wall, but Tatoh had to create his own luck to get there. Oh, man. I think that AM, they need a big fight before Tatoh gets the upgrades.
Yeah, Lierey's going to be a bit too late for that, I think.
Lierey's
on the way to Imp, though.
He is. If Viper slips up, and we've seen that a few times in this series, if Viper slips up, maybe. And if Tatoh slips up as well, Tatoh has to be careful with his positioning. Oh, this is interesting.
This could be good for them. This could be very, very good. Tato's losing a lot of numbers early here.
Oh, and the Knights! The Knights from Nicov, I thought the positioning was decent, but then the Knights from Viper come in and surrounds. Is that a good fight?
should just sit on that hill. Just sit on the hill until all the Knights are dead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if Viper should take that. Maybe he's...
Tatoh always has to leave in that situation because he's waiting for his Imp upgrades.
Yeah, yeah. And I would like to see Tatoh make a few houses and gates to create a small choke for his... No worries, for his units here. Lierey's on the way to Imp. Obviously, he won't be as fast as Tatoh. They probably expect that Tato's on the way up, and so they're chasing him down right now. And, oh, that was so close. What Nicov tried to do was slightly overrun the crossbows and surround them, as he tries here, so you can get in between. He fails with that, but he's giving his team an opportunity to hold here. Now, Viper's on the way to the Imperial age with more vills than Nicov has. And surprise, surprise, Nicov, he's going to be the weak point of his team after losing all those vills earlier. So, Tatoh will get his upgrades. He won't have as many numbers as he would have liked, but he will kill Lierey's army. And here comes Liereyy, who's about to hit Imp, and he's going towards Viper. I just think that as a team secret, they're much stronger in this situation. Simply because Nicov, he doesn't have an army. He's not really contributing right now. Liereyy. Liereyy doesn't see his crossbows? Oh my god, and Viper with 3 Mangonel shots. Now, while that's good from Viper, that's also kind of inexcusable from Liereyy. It's not something you would expect. He just forgot about that army. A nice use of the attack round from Viper. If this was a 1v1, Viper would struggle on this side. But if this is a 1v1, Nikov's dead on this side. So, at the moment, Liereyy is needed here. So he can't really push Viper, which just gives Viper time to get Cavalier. And Dave has stepped away, guys, so Dave will be back at some point, but we might be on our way to a game 4 and potentially a comeback in this series. I like that from Nicov, you know, kill the Rams. That's good. He's on his way to the Imperial Age now. Viper, there we go, he'll hit Imp. He's sending Mangonels, and he's sending Knights to help out Tatoh, who will comfortably kill Nikov's units at the moment. So I don't know why Nicov is fighting this. Liereyy, it's debatable. So it's really hard to judge in this situation where you go. Where do you prioritize if you're Liereyy? If you send too much to Viper to try and kill Viper, then your ally's dead. You send too much to Nicov, then you get wiped by Viper eventually, so... Or Viper just gets to full strength, which you never want. And I think he might have sent a bit too much to Viper. just possibly. And this is the Imp TC for Nicov as well. He's making a lot of Knights. He's had the Slav economy to help him out. Viper's sending Cavalier into the back of Nikov's base, so Nicov is 2v1'd at the moment. Here come the Rams from Liereyy. Will Tatoh focus down the TC? I think this TC will die. Nikov's almost forced to kill the Rams. Because if this TC dies, they're definitely dead. And when he goes to kill the Rams, he'll be fighting with Castle Age army. These Knights get one-shotted by the Arbs. Yeah, that's just not good for Nicov on all levels. Military, it's bad. Economy, it's bad. And he will get to the Imperial Age, luckily, but he's down below 100 population. All Viper needs to do is hold. Let's see if he can do that. Liereyy is 200 population. 200 pop. Viper's castle won't go up. Viper doesn't have that many Cavalier. It's another one of the who's gonna die first situations. Wow. And Viper's Mangonel shots will do very little versus Britain Arbs. And forward castle from Liereyy, are you kidding me? Viper's 2 forward golds, which are some of his only golds now, are now denied. Nicov, he's getting Cavalier. His golds are also denied. Well, not this one, but this one's denied. I don't know how to read this situation. It's funny because the team populations are pretty even. It's just all Liereyy. And look, Tatoh's sending bills out here. Tatoh's not going to get that gold. Are we going to see a sweep? I don't know. I still think that Viper has done enough. I still think the Viper has done just enough. If this was a 300 pop game, then maybe Liereyy could make more population and change this, but... As it stands, Nikov's going to die. Viper will hold on. And that's really all that matters, but... I got real excited there for a moment. I mean, I still am excited. Maybe if Nicov had Franks and he could click the Paladin upgrade with Sling from Liereyy, he could do it. But having to make only Cavalier can hurt him. And Viper's now in the back of Lierey's base. This is trouble because Liereyy can't track this. He doesn't have speed. So he has to send all of these ARBs back to deal with this. And by then, Viper could be done. Viper could be finished. He could have moved on to a different target. Liereyy sending food to Nicov. So Nicov can make military. And this engagement, pretty good for Liereyy. Can Nicov make enough Cavalier? You'll notice that the secret players are beginning their trade. So, one thing you'll focus on in Secret's position is adding your own trade, holding it at Viper's base, and denying the trade route from your opponent. And there's the market now for Nicov. So this is the time. But Tato's leaving this area, and perhaps they're just worried about Viper getting pushed now. And they kind of should be. But I think what they'll do is they'll include the siege rams, and with the siege rams, Liereyy will have to push back. He doesn't have any, or pull back rather, he doesn't have any support. Liereyy has very little support in general from Nicov, and Nicov loses Cavalier here. I think this castle's going to drop for Liereyy, and there it goes. Viper's keeping his castle up. Skirms from Tatoh, Cavalier from Viper, siege rams from Tatoh. And Liereyy, his forward position is slowly being lost. With Viper's gold denied, they're forced to trade. Not really. It doesn't necessarily come down to that. He had gold down here, and I think more than anything, it's about you need to be traded at this stage because gold will run out soon. This fight is just huge. This fight is just huge. Lierey's down to 140 pop now. In fact, we might see the GG here in a moment. That's a crazy engagement from Viper and Tatoh. Well played. With the siege ram, Lierey's in trouble. Britons have no response to siege rams. And Nicov, he's trying here. Okay, so he's trying to deny this castle from Tatoh. He could possibly do that. But it's a bad sign when Nicov has more population than Liereyy does. And now Viper, of course, with the time, with the gold he got back, he'll get Paladin. Secret have to trade. And to sum it up, I think a victory is coming Secret's way. Pain Knight, thank you for the Prime sub, man. Glorious Cabbages, thank you for the Prime. Midstud, thank you for coming back. I think you've subbed before many times, man. Thank you for the Prime. Wantham, thank you. Craves, thank you for the bits. Roll Eddie, thank you for the 7. Twitch Baby's doing alright. Not bad. I just had to catch up there. You know, I'm casting a big team game, and I have a co-caster. It's harder for me to catch up with everyone.
Yeah, it's harder.
Oh, what's up, man?
What's up? Man, Viper did well there.
He did. He did well. Nicov just hasn't really gotten back into the game. It's funny, right when Nicov got back into the game, that was when Liereyy started getting hit, so... Good attempt.
I mean, Viper cleared up a shit ton of Lierey's eco with his raids.
Yeah.
And that's what won him this side, basically.
Yeah, and now that Paladin's in, that might be the moment. As Viper's engaging versus the ARBs again. Maybe where Liereyy considers calling it. Tato's fine at home. Tato's fine at home. Secret have trade. AM know they don't have a lot. Yeah, Lierey's losing too many numbers. He doesn't have the resources to add him in. Someone says this is going to be 3-2. Viper is on fire.
Viper is most certainly not on fire right now.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh at people who say things in my Twitch chat. Obviously, like, opinions are important. Thoughts are important. It's important to cheer for people as well. Nice castle from Viper there. But, Viper, this is the worst I've seen Viper play this year. So,
yeah.
Really bad games from him, actually, today. But he did get top score, if score means anything to you there. And his team came back. But this game, I hate to say it like this, but this game should have been played completely differently. Viper shouldn't have forgot his piece of wall. And after Viper forgot his piece of wall, the game probably should have been over, but then Nicov forgot wall, and Tatoh killed a ton of vills. So a throw from Nicov and Viper in that game led us to where there was a full boom from Tatoh, and Tatoh played really well. There's the KD for you. Viper did get more kills, of course, with the Paladins. 272 kills. The eco stats, I mean, it's hard for me to really judge this game because there were so many fails, but eco is pretty even, actually, across the board, except for Nicov being behind. And we're going to move on now to game 4. That's good for us. It's good for us, because we wanted more games today. That will be desert. Okay.